Hello all. As expected, Patch Tuesday was quite large. Microsoft recently warned that for the foreseeable future, the amount of patches and potentially even the frequency of patch releases would be significantly higher, and they weren't kidding. This month brought 400 patches across most everything they offer. Not to be outdone, vendors from A to Z, Adobe to Zoom, and a slew of others in between, such as AMD, Cisco, Docker, Google, Fortinet, Mozilla, Palo Alto, Red Hat, SAP, and WordPress all announced patches for issues. Now, good news, there's a story about DEF CON hackers protecting the nation's water utility infrastructure. A report of a honeypot operation to catch North Koreans looking to infiltrate companies by impersonating Western workers, news of the USA given permission to hack back, and some news of successful law enforcement activity against some of the evil underbelly of criminals. Let's take a look at a few of the items in a bit more detail. Before we do, this email and video commentary is from the RedDotSecurity.news website that contains a plethora of links to other items that aren't mentioned here in these opening comments that are worth skimming to see if they pertain to you or of those environments that you support. Now, let's get to the headline news. A to Z vulnerabilities found and patched. Adobe, Cisco, Fortinet, Microsoft, WordPress, and Zoom all announced patches for critical or severe vulnerabilities in their products this past week. Some of these require no action on the part of the victim, so be sure to check out the full articles for attack vectors, mitigation, patching instructions, and how to detect if you've been exploited already. Or just enable auto updates for anything that supports it and check that you're on the latest versions. If the product doesn't support auto updating, look for an alternative or ensure that you stay aware of and perform updates whenever a patch is needed. It's high time that every product, software and hardware, had reliable auto updating and a failed update rollback capability. Delta Airlines reported a Wi-Fi pineapple was detected on a flight. DEF CON, aka Hacker Summer Camp, ended the day prior, and on a flight from that event, it seems that one of the participants decided to try out his or her newly acquired skills and/or toy. The message from the cockpit to air traffic control read, Hey, Alert Corp Security, we have a PAX on that has created a scam Wi-Fi called Delta Wi-Fi Fast. We believe they're trying to scam the other passengers. And no info as of now. We have a bunch of PACs that were at a cyber conference in Las Vegas and were able to jam our Wi-Fi and broadcast their signal. End quote. Terse language and bad grammar aside, I'm amazed that this doesn't happen more often. It probably does, but this one received news coverage due to the proximity of DEF CON, Black Hat, and B-Sides LV. If you've been paying attention to the cyber news, you'd recall quite a few hotel Wi-Fi networks are being similarly attacked worldwide right now. It isn't safe out there. Always use a VPN when connecting over any public form of Wi-Fi. Spoofing a legitimate one and routing all traffic for capture and later decryption and inspection is now quite trivial. Social media addiction lawsuits against Meta and TikTok can proceed, court rules. Companies such as Google, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok are facing a nightmare scenario as courts are permitting lawsuits to go through that remove personal responsibility and ask the content creation hosts to be parent and guardian and limit what consumers can view, how, and how much. They're being accused of having, quote, developed and refined a set of psychologically manipulative platform features designed to maximize young viewers' time spent on its social media platforms, end quote. I would counter that it's the responsibility of the company to their investors to do exactly that. The company isn't the nanny. They're there to get clicks, views, likes, shares, and the most profit possible. It's the parents' responsibility to monitor and limit their children's access, content, and time online. But our society has developed to the point that it must be someone else's fault, and there's always a lawyer willing to go for it. This is why we can't have nice things for long. I predict this will not end well for social media companies. The social media addiction lawsuits brought by a handful of U.S. states against Alphabet, Meta, Snap, ByteDance, and similar have been given the green light by the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals to proceed. This is dangerous, irresponsible, and unwarranted. While it's undeniably true that the companies do indeed design their systems to keep viewers engaged and on their platforms, clicking, liking, sharing, commenting, and posting as much as possible, that's their obligation to their shareholders and investors. Any company that doesn't maximize whatever their product is designed to do will ultimately fail against one that does. The lawsuit and thousands like it is an abdication of personal and parental responsibility. Nobody made you install that app on your phone. Nobody made you center your life around clicks, watches, and likes. Nobody made you keep doing it, and to contend that the manufacturer is responsible for your choices and any potential negative personal result is wrong. Keep the shields up.